We are back, top of the league. Rangers defeat at Hibs 3-1. Incredible stuff. But was the game incredible? Was it a bit infuriating at times? Was the referee horrendous? Yes, right, it's the Scottish Premiership. We can expect that, right? Yes, that's a guarantee. The game is not exactly over yet. There's like 10 seconds to go. It's going to be wrapped up. It's 3-1 unless there's a miraculous happening. But yeah, let's talk about the game. So we start off, thought we played pretty well. Early corners, doing our thing. Hibs then have a quick free kick. It cracks off Fish's dome and somebody else. It was like a double headshot. It was bizarre. It was something you'd see in the school playground, man. It was honestly one of a kind sort of thing. You'll probably never see that again in a football match. Well, I say never see it again in a football match. I mean, it's not, it's not like the most rarest thing here. Newell then had a shot after this. Scott Wright then had a half volley. Dessers did some fantastic work in the left-hand side. It's played across. Silva can't quite get on it. It then ends up falling to, as I'm just watching this last wee attack here, falls to Scott Wright. And, I mean, he's like 8 yards out, and he just taps it, and it's easily cleared off the line, and I don't think Rangers TV was honestly doing enough. I don't even know, like, I think it deserved a bit of criticism, but, Big Tom on Rangers TV, he sees stuff that some people can't see, if you catch my drift. Scott Wright should do so much better here. Then we get the penalty incident. I don't think it was a penalty because you know why? This is why. Even though it's in the law, right? It's also in the law what happened in the first game against Celtic this season where Dessers won the ball but Lagerbielke kicked him. That's in the law. But that was never a free kick to Celtic, that, right? And this is very similar to the penalty that Celtic got against Hibs where Alistair Johnston was headbutted, even though it was a clash of heads, right? The only difference is, in this instance, Souttar's actually like going for the ball with Johnston. He's already played it. So for me, if you want to debate, I think because they gave the Celtic one, you've got to give this one. But for me, I don't think it's a penalty. But here, I'm not going to complain. I'm buzzing the fact we got a penalty. Michael Stewart can cry about it. Michael Stewart can greet about it. But the reality is, we got the penalty and Tav steps up. It's a horrendous penalty, man. It's so bad. It's perfect height. There's no power. There's no pace. And that's what 2 penalties in a row against Davy Marshall he's missed. So do not grasp what Tav's doing. The penalties have been pretty poor recently, but is what it is from Tavernier. Scott Wright though, he scores the rebound, and I'm thinking, was there encroachment in that? Not that I thought it at the time, but then they're taking their time. They're taking their time to give it, right? And then what happens is they disallow it for encroachment. But it turns out that a Hibs player and Scott Wright are in the box. Now, it's hard to get the frame, right, perfect to see when they both stepped in compared to when Tav hit it, because the only frame you really see is when the ball's already left Tav's foot, alright? So that, pretty much, I mean, it's inconclusive, but regardless, there's 2 players in the box, one for Hibs and one for Rangers. And you know what that means, folks? That means a retake. That means a retake of the penalty. But no, the pricky referee, I don't even want to know his name, right? Do not understand his name. Is Seema? How much time are they adding on here? Oh, Seema drags it wide. But I just don't get why this wasn't given as a retake. The rules, like, if you're following the rules to give it as a penalty, then you've got to follow the rules to give it as a retake. Do not understand. The referee was shocking the day, man. The amount of hit off him a bunch of times, drop balls that should have been given to us, and he just gives it back to Marshall. It's like, what are you doing? Are you a US Marshal? What the fuck is this all about? Don't understand it. Straight after this, though, Tavernier makes it 1-0. Great goal for Tav. Any criticism for the penalty can go out the window with this goal, by the way. Because, yeah, Tav should score the penalty, right? Awful penalty. Wright scores a perfectly fine goal. Because for me, if both players are in the box, right, it should mean one or two things. It cancels the other one out, and therefore you give the goal, or you do the retake. I think the retake's the fair option. They don't do that. After this, I think it kind of just died down for a little bit. Hibs get their chance. When was it? The 47th minute, and it's awful defending. It really, really is. Eli Johan has got Suter and Lundstrom on the ropes. I just don't get this, right? Because Suter, I don't think's too bad. For me, the real culprits here are Lundstrom and Goldson, because Suter's defending the guy well enough. But if Lundstrom's going to commit 2 guys to the ball, he needs to win it or at least cut out the passing lane. Does nothing. Ball gets played in to Manzazi. Tav is nowhere near him. I'm not really expecting Tav to be near this guy. I mean, I thought that was more Lundstrom's job, but Tav could be nearer, obviously. He then just skins Connor Goldson. I'm like, what's going on? And yeah, Tav then gets something on the ball, but then he manages to flick it past Butland. Butland's got no chance here. It flies into the back of the net. And that's pretty much it from a Rangers perspective in the first half. Or is it? Because Cyril Dessers, beautiful header, beautiful cross for Todd Cantwell, make it 2-1, pretty much undoes the bad work. But defensively, man, these goals have been happening all season, hell, for years, where we are just prone to a counter-attack. It's so bad, and I've gave up with half the defenders, man. I have. Like, Connor Goldson, I mean, he's been a good servant, but the Europa League final pissed me off. The fact he was shouting at Bassey, like, I can't get over that. And that's near to, well, I don't think most of us will ever get over that, like, but fucking a bit soul-destroying, honestly. But half-time comes, second half, we've got a bit of corner pressure, couple of chances at the start. Goldson is minced, by the way. He's just getting took for a fucking pony ride, left, right, and centre. And then, I think for about 10 minutes, we just died. I don't know, like, energy levels. Like, we had a game postponed, right? This is our first game in, 16 days? In football, it's a long-ass time. Yeah, there was a few players called up for international duty, but not the whole squad. And we looked absolutely done. We saw substitutions. We saw Barisic go off. Who else did we see go off? I can't even think. Obviously, Dessers and Silva came off. We saw the likes of Sima, Matondo, Commando, John Sterling, etc. But yeah, team looks far too tired for me, and I don't really know why. I'm glad the Dundee game ain't in between now and the Old Firm. And we've done our bit today. Dessers, Boffos, to me, does the hard work, man. He's sending the players left and right. All he's got to do is get it on target. It's more or less going to be a goal. Drags it wide. Shite. Matondo, like I said, comes on. He makes it 3-1. Lovely finish. That's what he should be doing for Rangers. I rate Matondo, but he needs to do it on a consistent basis. He's got something about him. He does. And then we just saw the game out. That's pretty much it. We saw the game out. It's not a classic performance for Rangers, right? It's not one that's going to fill you with confidence, but we won. We got over the line. Hibs didn't really trouble us all too much. We're the architect of our own downfalls at the back 99% of the time, but we need to cut these mistakes out because Barisic, I don't know what's going on with him. I say it'll be good if he's injured. It will only be good if Barisic is... But then, I think Clement would probably start Barisic over Sterling at left back. So if Barisic is injured and it means we have to play Dujon Sterling at left back, I'll welcome that every day of the week. But hopefully Yilmaz will be ready for that game, guys. But anyway, leave your thoughts down below. That is it. 3-1. Football's back. And it was alright. But again, it's 3 points. It's fantastic. But there's still question marks over this team. And that's the worry. That's the worry. Next Sunday. Battle Fever's fucking here, and the fear. Could it be the fever or the fear? I'll tell you what, we'll find out soon. Anyway, guys, till next time. Peace.